Hey guys, we're back with another skill WOD. This week we're going to talk about the muscle up. The muscle up. On the rings, and we'll talk about the bar. So, as far as that muscle up goes, there's a lot of different progressions you can use to helping you get the muscle up. Now, obviously, the muscle up starts with a pull. Bang, pull those rings to the chest. Then you've got to go through the transition, getting your body over the rings, and then finishing with a push. Do that ring dip out. So, obviously the progressions, things we can do to help work on this. We can do the chest to bar pull-ups, definitely going to help. The ring dips are definitely going to help. But the hardest part about this movement is going to be the transition phase. Trying to get those rings from above your head to under your chest so you can ring dip to finish. So, what I'm going to do today is kind of help you guys work through some progressions of that, show you some different ways to do so, and we'll go from there, talk about going through the whole thing. So first thing first, your grip. The grip on the rings, and I'm going to try to show you guys this close. As you grab a hold of the ring, right, the first thing I'm going to do here, this would be hanging. Notice how my, kind of like the center knuckles are on my finger, my fingers are on top of the rings. What we want to try to get to is a position that we kind of call a, it's not necessarily a false grip. False grip would be way in here, wrist on top of the rings, but we want to try to get to a pseudo false grip. So at least having your knuckles facing the ceiling. So knuckles on top. So you don't want to be hanging down here like this. Try to get your knuckles on top of those rings. All right, so some of the progressions that we can use to help us get that muscle up, we're going to start off with the band. So I've got a red band hanging on the rings. What I'll do with that red band, and again, we're working on that transition phase, is I'm going to bring that band across behind me, hold it on one side. You don't need a real heavy band for this, but the idea is it's going to help eliminate a little bit of your body weight so that you can feel the movement. So what I'm going to do is sit on the band, sit down, bang. Then I'll lay back. So my arms are fully extended. First thing I want to do in this position is extend my hips. So I'm going to pop my hips up. I don't want to just pull to the rings. If I pull to the rings, I end up with my shoulders below the rings. I've got to extend my hips first and pull the rings to my chest. When I do, I want to take those rings, trace kind of right around my chest, my boobs, so to speak, push the rings out with my chest by doing a sit-up, finish on top, and then I can dip up out. So from here, fully extended at the arm, pop the hips, pull those rings to your chest, now I'm at the top, press up out of that. So again, from below, pop those hips, rings come to the chest. Notice how close my arms are. I'm not letting my arms push way out here. That's going to be very difficult to hold yourself up. Another way you can do this, it's a little more difficult than the band, but definitely another progression if the band is getting pretty comfortable. We're not quite at the point where we're doing the full muscle up alone, unassisted yet. You can take a box, probably a 12-inch box is just fine. You're going to elevate your feet. Now I have no band, but my feet are elevated, but I'm doing the same thing. I'm going to pop my hips, pull my chest through, so I'm going to do a big sit-up, and then pull my feet to my butt. Catch myself in that dip, and then go ahead and press on out the top. So again, feet on a 12-inch box or whatever to get your feet elevated, create some extension of the hips, chest through, press. So there's some different progressions there to do the transition of the movement. Obviously, the first part, that pull, you can work on the chest to bar pull-ups or even pulling the chest of those rings. And the last part to finish is the ring dip. So, again, what we talked about here, grip is very important. Get your knuckles on top of those rings. Don't be hanging way down here because your hands want to be over the rings at the top. You're already halfway there if you get your knuckles on top first. So, from underneath the rings, right down to your chest, hit that ring dip by keeping the elbows nice and tight. Now, those of you that are getting the muscle up, are getting over those rings but having trouble staying up there, chances are one of two things. Either A, your arms are pushing out. You're kind of letting go of the tension you create to keep those rings nice and tight. Or B, your feet drop. When your feet drop, it pulls your body weight down through the rings. Obviously, gravity wants things going to the floor. The idea here is we want to be going up. So what you want to do when you hit that muscle up, make sure you're pulling your knees into your chest. Don't let your feet just hang and dangle down there, because it's going to want to pull you down. The higher you can catch yourself in that dip, the easier it's going to be to press out of it. So I'm going to do it two ways here. First thing I'm going to do is the correct way. I'm going to hold my knees right up to my chest, and then I'll do it kind of incorrectly and let my feet just drop and dangle. See if you can see the difference. I'm going to definitely land a whole lot deeper. If I can hold it, I'm going to have a big press out of it. Or my feet, if they create enough momentum, they're going to pull me right down through. So, correctly, pull those knees to your chest at the finish. Hold them up. Hold those knees up, right? Press. Bang. My elbows are at 90 degrees there. Incorrectly, let the feet drop. It's really hard to catch yourself, and then even harder to press yourself up out of it, because you're in such a deep range of motion there. So hold those knees to your chest. So again, real quick on that, as I run down a little closer view, I'm going to hold the rings. I'm fully extended while I'm hanging. Pull the rings into my chest. So if the rings were in my hands right now, I'm coming right into the center, almost trying to touch them together. Use my body to push through the rings. Now I'm over top, and then from here, keeping those elbows nice and tight. My knees are nice and tight up to my chest. Press that body right up out of there. So I hope this helps. Again, like, comment, tell me what you think, what you like, what you don't like. Ask questions. Let's get some of you guys up over those rings.